Every card on this table is costing me money. I've taken these cards to 3 different shows and nobody wanted them. Today, I'm going to find out why, and then I'm going to get rid of them. Today I'm reviewing all of my unsold inventory. Come with me as I review what hasn't sold and why. Now, as nice as some of these cards look in a display case at card shows, if cards don't sell, they don't make money. And so it's really important to have cash flow in this business. And if cards are just sitting there gathering dust, then I can't continue to grow my business. What I mean by that is that if I can sell these cards and turn them back into cash, then what I can do is I can buy another collection and turn that into cash, etc., etc. And so if these cards aren't moving, then they're not actually helping me sort of run that cycle and continue to grow the business and meet more customers and buy more cards and sell more cards, etc. I've gone through all of my singles in my vending inventory and picked out the top 10 that have drawn the least interest at card shows and reviewing why. Now, I've broken these down into 3 categories. Now, the first, I'll talk about pricing issues. These ones I may have overpriced compared to the market or compared to other vendors. Then I'll talk about demand. Some of these cards are a little bit niche. And then C, I'll talk about oversaturation. Some of these cards are everywhere, and so I think that's contributing to the lack of sales for these ones as well. All right, so the first category I want to talk about is pricing. Now, these are the 2 cards I'm referring to when I say I may have been overpriced compared to the market. So firstly, we've got the Mega Mewtwo X from Breakpoint or Breakthrough, not quite sure. And then I've got the Garchomp V from, Astral Radiance, sorry about that. Now I have had these stickered at my table for $210 for the Mewtwo and about $110 or $105 for the Garchomp. Now, what's tricky with these is when I got them and priced them up, particularly with the Mewtwo, because it's not in near mint condition, it's LP. And so because of that, it already shrinks sort of the buyer base for this card. And so looking at recent sales when I got the card, LP was sort of selling in Australia, because in Australia we base off Australian eBay last solds. It was selling sort of between $190 to $220 for an LP copy of this card, because there's not a great deal sort of out there in good condition compared to stuff from Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Mega Evolution. But what I've found is that I've actually, whenever people have seen this in my table, they ask me, not about this one, they ask me, do you have the Mega Mewtwo Y? And so I think because of the pricing of that, people sort of, rather than looking at it to buy, they use it to remind them of another card. And so this one, yeah, I think has probably been victim of a pricing issue. Now, similarly with the Garchomp, this one is in near mint condition, but I think there's also a bit of variety in the last sold's price when I got this. There was some at up to 120, 125, as well as some about 70 to 80. And so it's been really hard to sort of accurately comp this when I picked it up, but also at the couple of shows since. And so I stick it at 110 with the hopes that someone would be super keen to pick it up, and then maybe we would negotiate down to 95 or 100 or something like that, just given the sort of wide variety of comps. But I think being that my sticker was at probably the higher end of recent sales, I think that's probably stopped some people from asking about it. Now, the next category I want to talk about is niche / a lack of demand. Now, these are the 3 cards I'm putting into that category. So we've got the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX from Battle Styles. I personally think these are really cool cards. So that's that one there. We've got the Gold Charizard from Obsidian Flames. And then lastly, we've got the Galvantula SIR from Stellar Crown. Now, I took 2 of these in as trades, and I picked up the Urshifu in a collection buy a few months ago. But they haven't really attracted any attention at shows. Now, I know that gold cards are sort of hit and miss with a lot of people, and Galvantula isn't necessarily many people's favorite Pokemon. Additionally, I think that Stellar Crown Master Setters probably would have finished that about 12 months ago, a few months after it came out. So I think while Galvantula isn't necessarily a favorite, I think that if people were going to want to pick this up, it would have been then a few months after Stellar Crown came out when they were trying to master set. And then lastly, Urshifu. Now, I think this is a sick card, and I actually really need this one for my personal binder that I'm putting together. But I think maybe there's not a lot of demand for this one because it's a DLC legendary from Sword and Shield, and Battle Styles is, while I think it's a cool box, it's probably one of the bottom 3 or 4 boxes from the Sword and Shield era. And so there's just not a lot of demand for these cards. Now, the third category I want to take you through is oversaturation. Now, if you walk around any card show in your local area, you are bound to see probably all 5 of these cards within the first couple of tables. I'm going to show you quickly what they are. So firstly, we've got the Charizard VMAX from the UPC, we've got the Pikachu from 151, we've got the Shining Mew from Celebrations, the Gengar Full Art from Temporal Forces, and the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade. Now, don't get me wrong, these cards are really, really cool. Especially for mine, I really like the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade. But they are kind of everywhere. And so if you're, and maybe this relates to the pricing stickers, so the pricing category as well. If your inventory consists of cards that are easily found elsewhere, and they're not priced competitively, or they're not priced lower than everyone else's, you're probably not going to sell them very often. Now, I think the thing to do with this category is probably a mixture of just waiting and also reducing pricing. Now, as much as the market price might be telling you that this Eevee card is worth 100 Australian dollars or this Charizard is worth 55 Australian dollars, if people aren't buying it at that market price, there's really not much else to do than either hold on to them, which is the entire point of this video, is that I don't want to do that, or is to reduce the price. Now, that does actually lead me into my next point, which is what to do about the fact that these cards aren't selling. Now, some of these I will be putting onto Facebook Marketplace, eBay, my website, which I'll drop a link to below. Go check that out. It's got a bunch of my singles on there. Anything that I sort of get at shows as well will go up onto the website afterwards. So some of those will go up onto those different sales channels. The others I will be keeping in my vending inventory. I'll be taking them to my next show, which as of day of recording, Feb 1st, is in 2 weeks. Blisters and Boosters in Ballarat. But I'll be repricing everything sort of a couple of days out from that event. So I'll be updating the pricing stickers on all of my cards, getting them as close to sort of recent sales as possible to be competitively priced, and priced to sell is more important there. Because like I said, gathering dust, holding onto inventory for the sake of it, while it looks cool in a display case, is not the idea behind this business. And so I'll be pricing these to sell at the next show for sure. And a couple of these I actually need for my personal binder that I am assembling, which comprises sort of the top hits from every era. I've got a couple of binder pages of each of those. So from Sword and Shield, probably the 3 or 4 top hits from each set. And that includes Urshifu and Garchomp. From XY, it includes this Mewtwo. And from Scarlet and Violet, it does also include this Eevee as well. So with these ones, I'll be pricing these to sell, as I said, but if they don't sell within a couple more shows, I'll probably just put them into my personal binder. I have absolutely no issue with that. As I mentioned in my last video, you know, I have absolutely no issue putting stuff into my own collection if either hypothetically the price on everything was to drop significantly, or you know, if they're just not moving. I mean, if there's no demand from them externally to me, there's definitely demand coming from me for these 4 cards. So that's my play with these 4. With these other 6, I will be, as I mentioned before, putting them onto those various sales channels, eBay, my website, Facebook Marketplace, to try and turn these into cash so that I can sort of recommence that cycle of buying cards and selling repeat. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching as I reviewed my unsold inventory. I'll be sure to keep you all posted. I'll mention in the next video as to where I stand on these cards, whether they've sold elsewhere, or if they're still in my vending inventory, or if they've gone into my personal collection. My next video after this one will probably be after Blisters and Boosters, which is on the 15th of February out in Ballarat. I'll link tickets down to that one below. Really looking forward to that show. It's their debut show at the Ballarat Showgrounds, and really looking forward to getting out to a new market and meeting some new people. It should be a lot of fun. All right, well, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much again for watching. Take care.